Hello and welcome to XShear TV. Today's episode is just a little story about myself and the XShear brand. So my name is Wes. I started XShear back in 2016. Prior to that, I started out back in about 2005 as an EMT basic. Didn't really think I was going to get into healthcare, but I started doing that with a local volunteer department down in Jones, Michigan, Newburgh Township, working as a basic EMT there. Kind of followed my older brother's lead to get into working as an EMT for a volunteer department. Loved it, loved my classmates, my EMT instructor, so I kept going, became a specialist, then went on and became a paramedic. That was in 2007 that I finished my paramedic school. Worked for part-time for Life Care Ambulance down in Cassopolis as a paramedic and got accepted into Southwestern Michigan College in Dowagiac, their nursing program, and at that time they had a paramedic to RN bridge, so that worked out really well for me to move right on to get my nursing license. Graduated with that back in 2009. Right out of school, my first job as a nurse was down in Brownsville, Texas, right on the border of Mexico. Great experiences, sometimes a challenging work environment. Any ER can be, but that one had definitely lacked some resources on some days and some challenging cases that came in. So learned a lot there, spent about 2 years there, decided we wanted to move back, be closer to family back in Michigan, and got a job at Level 1 Trauma Center, Bronson Hospital in Kalamazoo. So came back there, worked there for 5 years, almost 5 years before I got my current job, where I work as a flight nurse for West Michigan Air Care in Kalamazoo. So dream job, absolutely love what I do, but was really fortunate along the way to be able to create XShear. And that came out of my own experiences. I was working in the ER back in 2015, 2016, and was going between carrying the Raptor, or I'd carry the Claws trauma shears or the North American Rescue shears. And the Raptor was just too heavy and too cumbersome for what I was doing in the ER. The other shears I found would last me for a few months, but working in a trauma center, and I always worked the trauma bays if I could, you just wear them out. You cut through too much heavy stuff for them to last. And so that's where I started working with my father-in-law, who's a very accomplished designer. He's worked for Rubbermaid, Whirlpool, a number of places. He's now a professor at Virginia Tech teaching design. And so he was a perfect guy to team up with and try to design something better that would last and would work really well. So we created the XShear. Vince is my father-in-law. He drew up some concepts, and the one we settled on was this curve design, which he started out just pen and paper kind of conceptualizing and came up with that. And when I saw it, it really clicked with me because I knew it would work well underneath tight clothing and boots and things like that and make a little softer, better approach. And it works well for that, and it also works well to really hold the material in the blade and allow you to get a good bite and move quickly through material. So we prototyped that out, did some 3D printed handles, custom made blades, things like that to really get a good feel for it. We wanted to make sure the handle fit comfortably, the blades cut well, the bite was right, the leverage was right, all those little details. Worked out a center bolt design that was durable and wasn't going to loosen or flex or bend or things like that would compromise the cut. And then we partnered up with a scissors company in Taiwan that's been making scissors, I think, for over 50 years. And they do really high-end types of scissors. And looking over their product line, I knew they would be able to deliver the quality that we need. So I partnered with them. They've been making this product for us since and just do a really amazing job making sure every single pair cuts very, very well. So since we originally released the XShear in 2016, we've heard from hundreds of you about how much you like the product, how well it's done for you, some amazing stories, and we are really grateful for the support and for each of you that have purchased or have shared this with your friends. We're excited this year to have released the tactical holster. This is a really rugged product. It's meant to retain the holster or the scissors really well on your belt and allow you to release them easily when needed. And we've got some really good feedback on that and are excited about that. And we've got other plans ahead, so stay with us, stay tuned. And thanks so much for being a part of our little venture. And please let us know if there's anything you need at any point. We'll see you next week.